Hey, good morning, fellow Poppa-D riders. In today's video, I'm headed to my local motorcycle dealership to do a video. Would Junior challenge us content creators to go to our local dealership and ask for a guided tour? So that's what I want to do today. So let's get to it. This is going to be a long ride, guys. Hope we make it. I live all of a half a mile from my Some of the images in the picture will be familiar to you if you watch my videos of that. Like, the castle is my granddaughter's college. That old church right there. I'm about going to the Yamaha dealership. That's going. Well, we made it. We are here at Indian of Charlotte. This was the original company store when Indian opened back up. I remember when they started production again. But when they did, it was in Kings Mountain, about 20 miles down the road here. And the corporation built this store. And then as they were sold to Polaris, a local investor bought this dealership, and now it's Indian of Charlotte. This is also where Lloyd's Speed Shop is at, so if you're an Indian owner and you want to get performance upgrades for your bike, this is the place to come. So let's go in here and talk to these guys and see if they'll give me a guided tour of the dealership and hopefully of Lloyd's Speed Shop. Don't know what they got going on today. Had a lot of bikes back under the service tent, but let's see what happens. And this is my local motorcycle dealership. It's not a Harley dealership. I'm a Harley guy. We'll go to the Harley dealership at another time, but I'm going to do that here today. Just because I had time to come over here today and I want to get you guys a nice video out. Okay, let's get to it. Guys, look at this beautiful showroom here. Get us a guided tour of this place today, bring that content to you guys out there, all my Poppa-D riders. But check out that right there, the Hooligan. I guess that's some kind of e-bike. We'll find out about that. And I'm looking to see if they got a Pursuit in here, but I don't see one. I do see a Challenger, but man over here just asked me how I was doing. We'll go over and talk with him, and let's see if we can get us a guided tour. All right, guys, I'm still here. Davis, who's who I was talking to, he said he wasn't sure he'd be the right person to give me that tour to go back and see what he can find out. He's only been here a month and a half. I told him he'd be fine. But they got this beautiful 2022 Indian Challenger there. I've never ridden the Challenger or the Pursuit. I really want to check out the Pursuit because it's already set up for touring. It's got the tour pack on it. But those things are sold before they get in the dealership. So I may have to see if I can get over here one day when they have a demo ride. I live literally a half mile from here and either demo the Challenger or the Pursuit. So Davis said that they're having a sales meeting and the general manager might be able to come out and give me a tour of the whole place here in just a minute. He invited me to come over and check out the customer lounge, so I'm going to show you guys the customer lounge. He said if I wanted some chips, some coffee, some water, it's all provided over here in their customer lounge. Check out, they got some cold water. I might get me one of those in a minute. And then they have all this Indian paraphernalia. Really nice places to sit. You road-weary Indian travelers can stop in here and check it out. And you know what? I bet they welcome Harley travelers to come in here and check out the store too. So, you know, they're doing their best to convert we Harley riders to Indian riders. My friends Brad and Kim Colesworthy ride Indians, and they've all their bikes right here. They're part of the local Indian rider group, and I've ridden with them a time or two. Actually, in 2016, we went to Daytona Bike Week, and I went to the flat track races with the Indian group. I was a Harley guy in the stands and got to go to the flat track races for free via Indian motorcycles. And they gave me a hard time because they were kicking our butt in the flat track back then. I think the competition's been a little closer the past couple of years, but in 2016, Indian had Harley's number with that Indian Scout. All right, guys, come check this place out when you get a chance, and we'll get to our guided tour in just a minute. All right, guys, so Davis is going to give us a quick tour of the dealership. And Davis, just tell us whatever you want to tell us about the dealership, the bikes, what you got going on, what you're selling.
All right.
And what services you guys provide beyond just the showroom here.
Okay. So we've actually, Indian's been having a bit of an inventory problem lately. And we've been
like everybody, right? Yeah, Harley's having an inventory problem too.
Yeah, with things that have been happening the past couple of years, it's been kind of struggling with bikes. However, we've been doing our best to work through that. We picked up on our used market a little bit. That's what these two rows are right here. And we've been doing a lot of special order bikes for new bikes as well. One of the really cool things we've actually been doing is Indian, well, this specific dealership actually just started a deal with Zero Motorcycles out of California. That's the #1 electric motorcycle brand out there. They kind of started it all. We've got 4 of them here right now.
Let's go look at them.
And they're actually, we've got more on the way.
Okay.
Our model with this is kind of, because most people, I feel like a lot of people in motorcycles, and especially Indian guys, Harley guys as well, are all about the sound, the feel, all that. You don't get the sound with this.
Right.
It's a very different experience. So we try to let people understand what that difference is. That's why we're adopting a demo ride sales model for these.
So is this like an adventure touring type bike? I mean, can you set it up like that or just off-roading?
This is the FX. It's the base dual sport. From there, you go to this one, the FXE. That's the supermoto bike. You've got the S, which is the entry-level sport street bike. And then here's the SR, which is the upgraded level of that S you just looked at.
I think it's got a big old motor on it.
Oh, yeah, it's 14.4. This thing will go up to 130, I believe, and it has somewhere around 150-mile range on it, combined highway and city.
Okay.
And all of these can actually just be plugged straight into a wall outlet.
The Matthews Police Department has at least one of these Zero motorcycles in their fleet. A buddy of mine works there, and he rides that bike.
So the police, security, and military buy a lot of these. They contract a lot.
Look who showed up for the tour, guys. Brother Nick.
So out of our new inventory, that's this line right here. And of course, if you come in one day, that may change, but for right now, that's how it is. This is our FTR, our sport bike. This thing is crazy fast. It is crazy fun. It's very different than, well, pretty much anything else that Indian does.
Okay.
Now, we like performance and we like comfortability, but we've never done anything quite like this. This started out in 2019, and it has grown from there. It's gotten pretty popular, along with our... It's still growing, though. It's got some room to get there. We've got an accessory wall here. Helmets run through here. All of our apparel's off in that
corner. Howdy, sir. Doing great, man.
We've got, out of our new inventory right now, we've got a Scout, a Super Chief, a Springfield, a couple Chieftains, and a Challenger. That's our new sport bagger. Fact about this dealership, this was created as the flagship dealership for Indian in the Kings Mountain area when they were running a while back, when they were running out of that factory out of Kings Mountain.
Yep, I actually said that on my video when I was walking outside. So Fun fact for you, you know what year that was?
I don't actually.
Actually, I couldn't remember, but it's 2009 because I was reading one of the articles over there in your lounge about it just a minute ago. So that's when Indians started back up at the factory, right about 20 miles up the road. And this was the factory store. Yep.
Right. And that's actually a pretty good thing to lean on as well, because in our showroom we like to have a lot of Indian memorabilia as well as merchandise. If you guys ever wanted to come in and didn't feel like Googling anything, we've got plenty of articles and plaques and things like that sitting around for people to learn about us as a brand, because we've been around, but obviously we don't have 20,000 square foot showrooms and locations all across the country like Harley does.
Right.
We're more of we focus on performance, comfort, and reliability, and we are a smaller brand, but we try to do quality versus quantity.
And that's been one of my fears of even switching over to Indian, is because I travel so much across the country, being somewhere where the closest dealership is 2 or 3 states away. So tell us a little bit about Lloyd's Speed Shop. I know we can't go back there for liability reasons and that kind of thing, but...
So our co-owners, Tim Sutherland and Lloyd Greer, bought this place several years ago, and when they did, they decided to meld Indian with Lloyd's Garage, which Lloyd's Garage specializes in. It started out for victories and triumphs, and as time went on, they moved on to Indian. Now it's mainly Indians. We do big bore kits, tuning, cams, and most of these parts are Lloyd's parts. They're not Indian parts. They're custom designed specifically for these Indians.
Okay.
And by Lloyd.
And they do that work right here on property. They do dyno right here on property?
Oh, yeah. We've
dyno
got
tuning?
dyno out back. We do all that. And we actually are one of the premier tuning businesses for these bikes in the world.
Right. What other places are there in the States to get the same kind of service you get here at Lloyd's? Do you know of any?
I know we have another location in St. Paul, Minnesota.
That's another Lloyd's, though, right?
Yep.
Okay, in St. Paul, okay.
Other than that, I'm pretty sure about the only thing you can do is have a dyno jet tuner sent to you or something along those lines.
But if you want Lloyd's products and Lloyd's service and all the engineering that they have for these bikes, it's here in Indian Charlotte, Lloyd's Speed Shop.
You can go here
and in St. Paul.
And then we have a location actually in Buffalo Chip at Sturgis.
Okay, like during Bike Week it's open.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We have the guys go down and take care of that during Sturgis.
Okay.
So we can handle that as well. And they will go up there and do cams all day long, swapping cams.
Awesome, awesome. Davis, thank you so much for taking time out to talk with me, man.
No problem.
Guys, if you're in the area, come by and see Davis, man. Buy an Indian from him if you're looking for Indian. He's right here at, I think this is 100 Indian Walk in Lowell, North Carolina.
It's 110.
Okay.
Very, very close.
110 Indian Walk in Lowell, North Carolina. So come check them out for all your Indian needs and that kind of thing. Let me ask you one other thing. Are y'all a North Carolina inspection station? Do y'all do inspections?
We do.
All right. So if you need your bike inspected, which I do, this is a place to come. And maybe not have to go to another dealership. But 2 big thumbs up to Davis for giving me a tour today. He's still talking to Nick about that Challenger. I'm going to have to consider getting a new bike here soon. I'm thinking about the Indian Pursuit. So if you have experience with Indian and Indian dealerships, put some comments in here. I've been leery of Indian just because they don't have the dealer network. And when I travel out west, I want to know that there's a dealership at least in the same state I'm in. But I can build an Indian Pursuit the way I want it and still come out cheaper than I can getting a Roadglide Limited off the showroom floor. And the technology in that bike is awesome. So I'm going to have to give it some consideration, hard consideration, in the next year or so. So if you have experience with Indian, put some comments in here. Tell me about what's going on with you and what your preference would be about the dealer networks comparably between Indian and Harley across the nation. All right, guys, I got one other thing I want to talk to you about when we get home. I'll see you when I get back to the house. didn't design this parking lot for motorcycles when it's busy like this. No place you can pull in without having to back uphill. And I don't have a reverse, so this is where I wound up. Let's go pick up lunch. Get out of here, I hope. Okay, nice truck. Oh, there you go. Climb the curb, baby. Climb the curb. Hey, baby. All right, let's head down. All right, guys, I made it back home. My neighbor, Miss Kay, was telling me that Coco was out on the main road yesterday, and she had to try to run her back to the house. So my little puppy dog ain't listening to me much anymore. She's been going out to the road. I'm worried about her. I tried that invisible fence, and it was shocking her before I planned on it, and it scared her. She wouldn't even go out of the house. So I don't even have the heart to put that collar back on her now. So I guess eventually we have to put us a little fence around the back of the house. Anyways, I appreciate you guys riding along with me today. Went over to Indian of Charlotte and got a guided tour with Davis giving us a tour. I couldn't get in the Lloyd Speed Shop, but if you have an Indian and need performance upgrades, Lloyd's Garage is probably one of the best places in the world to upgrade your Indian motorcycle. And it's right here in Lowell, North Carolina, about a half mile from my house. So that's my answer to Wood Jr.'s challenge to go to my local dealership. I'll go to the Harley dealership. I got a couple of them around here, and get us a guided tour there as well here in the near future. But I wanted to put a video out today particularly because we are 2 weeks away from leaving home to go to Key West. So 2 weeks from today, which is Thursday, I head to Savannah on Thursday, September 15th, and then we will be meeting up with everybody else the morning of the 16th at 5 a.m. at Savannah Harley-Davidson to head down to Key West. So if you're going with us, put me a comment in here so I know that you're coming, or go over to Wood Jr.'s channel and find one of his videos. We're trying to get an accurate head count, and we can't get a good clear target on there, but I think when it's all said and done, we're going to have over 40 motorcycles, which is a large group. Just interested to know how many we are going to have leaving Savannah on the 16th. I know that Tiffany Renee and the Tip Squad are coming down from North Carolina, and they'll be with us on the morning of the 16th as well. So, yeah, let us know you're coming, and I'm looking forward to the ride. I put out a couple of videos about hand signals. I'll put a link to that right here. And then I did another video very recently about group riding and why it is important to maintain a staggered formation and everybody's responsibility when riding. And I'll put a link for that right here. Okay, guys, I appreciate you riding along today. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody, and come back and ride with me again sometime. That's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll catch you on the next ride.